Hello, I'm back, and this is the last video for the comprehensive EPS problem, and we're finally going to calculate diluted EPS. So on the last worksheet, I'm going to point out my first setup is I have basic EPS and the numerator and denominator. It's true that when you calculate diluted EPS, it can never be greater than basic by GAAP rule. So it could be that when you end up calculating your diluted EPS, it doesn't go below 210. So basic EPS and diluted EPS can sometimes be equal. All right, now over here we see the rankings. And in the prior video, the warrant and the preferred stock, in my case, it should be in all of yours because the warrant B is the same for everybody. But some of you might have 4 rankings to care about. Our last 2 were anti-dilutive relative to basic EPS. So we are only going to deal with the top 3. All right. And I know, so we're going to point over here to ranking number 1 is warrant A. Ranking number 2 is warrant B. And ranking number 3 is bond B. And ranking number 3 is bond A. Okay, and now we have the numerator and the denominator effect. So for the warrant it's 0, just put that in there. For the warrant's denominator, that is the increase in weighted average shares, it's 3 million. So now what I'm going to do is these 2 columns represent the changes, and these 2 columns represent the new total of the numerator and the denominator. So just to be consistent, even though we know it's going to be 54 million, I'm going to take 0. I'm going to add 54 million to it. That's our new numerator. Here I'm going to take the basic weighted average shares. I'm going to add the new 3 million shares under the treasury stock method. All right, and then I'm going to get this. So I'm just going to fill up these bond B and bond A over here, and then we can just drag the formula. So bond B is, oh, shoot, I did mess that up. Okay. Sorry if you saw the prior video and I messed it up. It's 1, 2, 3. So this should equal bond A. When I make mistakes, you learn more. All right. So it's definitely the lowest, most dilutive has the higher per share effect. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's the correct way to do it. 72 is lower than 80, 72 cents per share. That's $1,080,000. That is 1.5 million. And bond B is 560 and 700. And now I can just take this and drag it all the way down. And our diluted EPS is 180. So in this case, the diluted EPS column decreased every time. Sometimes what will happen is you'll have a bond that will it'll go from 183 to 184. So you always pick the minimum number of your calculations to get diluted EPS. All right, and that's it for diluted EPS. This is a comprehensive problem, so you won't ever get all these parts, but you might get just a ranking, or you might get just 1 or 2 convertible securities. So this problem was designed to kind of throw everything at you. Hopefully it's giving you some exposure, and when you start to do the smaller practice test questions, you'll be familiar with any situation that you might run into. This is the last video for this comprehensive problem.